All right, more within the same story. Former Army Chief General Naravane has responded days after the Arunachal Pradesh clash. He's hit out at the Chinese army for using clubs and barbed wires during the skirmish. He's warned that the Indian army would rather open fire than resort to, in his words, wielding clubs. This was part of a larger set of statements that the general made in the days following the attack. Now, we'll bring you more details about his statements themselves. I'll also bring you more context on exactly what took place. Let's go over to my colleague Akash right now for more context on the General's comments. Akash, I'd just like to share with our audience as part of what the General also said is we'd like to maintain that we are a 21st century army. He's also said that to use clubs and barbed wires would be to go back to prehistoric times. Akash, tell us more about the General's statement. Also tell us, Akash, what kind of weaponry was the Indian Army using when they came up against the PLA side?
Right. So first of all, talking about the statement of former Army Chief General Naravane. So he has hit out at the practice that China opted, and also, we know this for a fact that on 9th of December, when this incident took place, Chinese soldiers did not have rifles, but they had some, hand-made weapons. These were spikes with nails, monkey fists, in fact. So, former Army Chief has somewhere clarified that we are 21st century force. And, whenever it is about a warfare, so you should always go for a professional approach. But from China's side, this was not a professional approach. And if I can read 2-3 lines, Toya, and I quote, "We would still like to maintain that we are a 21st century army. To start going back to clubs and barbed wires is going back to prehistoric times. It is a very regressive way of going." So this is what the former Army Chief has to say. Also, at these times, it is very important and crucial that, who opened the fire. And this is why, they don't take rifles with them, because they just don't want to open fire. But yes, they want to, hit the soldiers, and they did so, but they got a befitting reply this time. Also, about the current condition, and, I am in Tawang area only, and I'll ask my camera person to show you the visuals as of now. There you see the Bomla Pass. If we can zoom a bit and show you that the all structures that you are seeing, is basically the structure of Indian Army. And this is Bomla Pass. Bomla Pass is, one border area shared by India and China. And, talking about our, readiness and arrangements, so we have all our arrangements done. We are ready for any sort of situation. And this is what, in fact, Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh maintained. Today and tomorrow, Toya, we have an important aerial exercise. Yes, Indian Air Force officers are saying that this is a routine exercise, but again, this is very, very important. What I'll do, Toya, I'll try to talk to, some of the tourists here. I have this young boy. क्या नाम है आपका? कहाँ से आए हैं?
जी, मेरा नाम आयुष यादव है. मैं तेजपुर से आया हूँ.
तेजपुर से आए. अच्छा, हर बार मतलब आते रहते हैं यहाँ पे, या पहली बार आए हैं इस एरिया में?
या हम आते ही रहते हैं, और दिस इज माय 4th टाइम आई एम कमिंग हियर. सो अच्छा लग रहा है, बट अभी कुछ इंडिया और चाइना के बॉर्डर के बीच में कुछ इंटरप्शंस चल रही है ना, सो थोड़ा डर लगता है. लेकिन अभी इंडियन आर्मी इतने हैं तो अच्छा भी लगता है. और अभी तो इन दिनों बात चले, कुछ 9 दिसंबर को कुछ हुआ था ड्यूरिंग बॉर्डर के बीच में कुछ ओपन फायर ऐसा कुछ हुआ है. तो अभी मीटिंग चल रही है, बात चल रही है, तो कैसे क्या आगे होता है अभी देखते हैं. बट दिस इज अ वेरी गुड प्लेस, एंड फॉर इंडियन आर्मी वी आर वेरी सेफ हियर. और मतलब बहुत अच्छा लगता है. आई रिक्वेस्ट एवरीबडी टू कम हियर. इधर कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, बट हाँ, थोड़ा कभी कभी होते रहता है.
So, आपने क्लैरिफाई किया कि डर नहीं लगता है, but do you think it is somewhere affecting the tourism and all other things because of these clashes? Tourists won't be choosing this place as their tourist destination.
Yeah, because if they don't have a proper information, so they might think that this place is not safe. But if you get the proper information of this area, then yeah, it's a safe place. यहाँ पे टोटल मतलब सारी फैसिलिटी है, बट इट्स अ हिल स्टेशन. और हाँ, यहाँ पे इंडियन आर्मी और इंडियन गवर्नमेंट से फुल फैसिलिटी है, एंड रूट्स एंड ऑल सब कुछ ठीक है. बस चाइना और इंडियन बॉर्डर के बीच में थोड़ा सा प्रॉब्लम होते
All
रहते
right.
हैं.
So no need to worry. This is what this gentleman is saying as of now, Toya, because he is showing the confidence of on Indian Army, and he's saying that these activities are not affecting the tourism here, because as far as Indian Army is concerned, so Indian Army has taken several steps in the recent past, and we were talking about the development and infrastructure. So I have come a long way from Delhi to Guwahati, and from Guwahati to this particular place, 15 to 16 hours of road journey. It was only possible because of the road that has been constructed by Border Road Organization, Toya. And we say a lot about infrastructure and development, but local people here are suggesting, in fact, telling this for a fact, that during the COVID days, these roads were constructed, and COVID, of course, during COVID, country was under lockdown, but during these days only the Border Road Organization officials and all other officials worked here in these areas, and now we have proper infrastructure, proper road connectivity, and all other things. As far as Tawang sector is concerned, so it is one of the important sector in the eastern area of the actual line of control. We know that this particular line is going from at least four states. Ladakh, we know, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, and the Arunachal Pradesh, of course. In Arunachal Pradesh, we have several points, and I was showing you the pictures of Bumla Pass. Again, if I can show the structures of Indian Army and the Bumla Pass. I'll ask Rajesh ji to give you a clarity of the particular area, and if you can zoom there. At the peak, 16,000 to 17,000 feet is the height, and it is 30 kilometers away from the particular place where I'm standing. Yangtze is the area where this clash broke out on 9th of December, but as of now, peace and sanity has been restored in this particular area.
Okay.
And also, as far as SAT mechanism is concerned, so army officials are saying that they are working on the basis of that SAT mechanism, and everything is back to normal.
Okay, Akash, I'm actually going to ask you to stay with us. We were talking a little while earlier of how the former army chief had responded. Let's take a very quick look at what he had to say.
See, we would still like to maintain that we are a 21st century army. To start going back to clubs and barbed wires is going back to prehistoric times. I think it's a very regressive way of going. We would still like to maintain that we, in warfare also there are certain rules. It is not that you just do whatever that you want to do.
Right.
So we would still like to maintain a professional stance, and therefore rather than resort to wielding clubs, we'll rather open fire. That is how our army fights. Are we hooligans? Are we mafia? Or are we a professional army? Is that the level that PLA has gone down to?
Yeah.
Hooliganism and street fighting? Or are they a professional 21st century army? On one side, they try to show their technological prowess. On the other side, they're coming with barbed wire clubs. It is ridiculous.
Okay, let's go back to my colleague Akash, who joins us from the ground right now in Tawang. Akash, I want to understand from you, in the last few days, as we've had experts that we've spoken to, one of the sentiments that it seems is very clear is the thought that this isn't an isolated clash, that there is the possibility that in the next few days, we will see similar such clashes taking place. Now, at the same time, you just told us that there is going to be heightened preparation. We're seeing an exercise take place as we speak today and tomorrow. I want to understand from you, Akash, what is that exercise going to look like, and how is the Indian Army heightening its preparation along the LAC, or is it focusing right now on the Eastern Command area?
Right. So, first of all, talking about the particular air exercise that is going to happen today and tomorrow. So, officers of the Indian Air Force say that this is a routine exercise and that was planned in advance. That can be considered as a coincidence that, it is happening at a time when just a few days back when we had this clash. But again, having said that, this exercise is going to be very, very important because it is happening in the close proximity to the actual line of control.